news spread of Osama bin Laden's death last night. Live look for you, too, at Ground Zero at this hour in New York. It is quite a day. We're talking about that in the news.
Let's go to the CBS 13 newsroom. Christina, good morning.
That's right. Good morning. This morning, it's obviously a big day for many. 10 years following 9/11, the world's most wanted terrorist has been killed. Samantha Hayes joining us now from Washington, D.C. with more on the mission to find Osama bin Laden. Good morning.
Still sinking in that the world's most wanted terrorist is dead.
Late Sunday night, President Barack Obama delivered the stunning announcement from the East Wing of the White House.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda.
A small team carried out the mission, according to the president, killing bin Laden in a mansion in Abbottabad, about 2 hours north of Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan. Footage from the scene showed smoke and fire at the compound where bin Laden was found. Cheers erupted from Ground Zero and outside the White House Sunday night, where crowds gathered as the news spread.
On nights like this one, we can say to those families who have lost loved ones to al-Qaeda's terror, justice has been done.
The death of bin Laden marks the end of a 10-year worldwide manhunt that began shortly after 9/11. In a statement, former President George W. Bush said, "This momentous achievement marks a victory for America, for people who seek peace around the world, and for all those who lost loved ones on September 11th, 2001. Amid concerns of retaliation from al-Qaeda, the U.S. State Department says it will step up security at U.S. diplomatic facilities all over the world. One terrorism expert says the U.S. will be watching to see who succeeds bin Laden.
And I think the successor will be nothing, fortunately, on the scale of what we've seen of Osama bin Laden.
According to a U.S. official, the mission targeting Osama bin Laden was designed and executed to kill him, not take him alive. Reporting live in Washington, I'm Samantha Hayes. Back to you.
Samantha, thank you. More people are expected to gather at New York's Ground Zero this morning at the site of the 9/11 attacks. Now, you can still see the 2 square footprints there of the World Trade Center towers. They stand alongside the new tower that remains under construction right now. Now, overnight, Americans were streaming to the site, cheering, waving flags, even singing the national anthem together. One New Yorker who lost her husband in the war in Iraq says they've been waiting a long time for this day. And former President George W. Bush was in office when bin Laden coordinated the 9/11 attacks. In a statement, the president said, quote, "The fight against terror goes on, but tonight, America has sent an unmistakable message. No matter how long it takes, justice will be done." And the news of bin Laden's death hits pretty close to home for those who have lost loved ones in the war on terror. We spoke with a Roseville family who said the news proves that American casualties were not made in vain. Christopher Thomas died in 2007 while fighting in Afghanistan. He was one of 8 soldiers who died when a military helicopter crashed.
It's easier to accept that I know why both of my sons joined the military, knowing what they were doing. The man that I don't even want to call a man, the person that came in and attacked our country on 9/11 has now been killed. Yes, that's easier, and I believe Christopher would be very proud if he was here today.
Now, Thomas was the youngest Army Ranger in our nation's history, just 17 when he enlisted. He was one of nearly 1,500 of our military members who have died while serving in Afghanistan. And the celebrations continued at our state capitol last night, showing pride in our country right here in Sacramento.
USA! USA! USA!
A very familiar chant there. You heard it across the country as the news spread that Osama bin Laden had been killed. People waving the American flags, many saying the news does bring a sense of closure.
I was sitting in my living room watching it, and I just wanted to be a part of a group of people that felt like I do, that was proud of our country, and that was glad that justice had finally been served.
The celebrations lasted well into the night.